Once again, teenage pregnancy is influenced by behavioral values and not poverty, illiteracy, or idleness as perceived. Such reasoning is injustice to intellect. Poverty does not cause teenage pregnancies because girls from richness or royalty are victims too. Sexual behaviors are not selective. All females have ability to conceive irrespective of backgrounds. From research, poor families have produced best wives or virgins compared to rich families or royal families. In other words, girls from poor families have been preferred for marriage by most men. Literacy does not cause teenage pregnancy because girls from literacy are victims too. From research, girls from illiteracy are best wives compared to girls from literacy. In other words, illiterate girls have always been preferred for marriage by most men. Ancient days had no learning institutions, girls were ignorant and primitive. Teenage pregnancies were low as to modern days. Virgins were more as to modern days, proving literacy has doubled sexual behaviors. More so, schoolgirls have dominated sexual debates. Teenage pregnancy is always connected to schoolgirls. Learning institutions have dominated sexual scandals, proving literate girls are cheap to seduce. Ask yourself, are schoolgirls illiterate? What is the riddle? Legalizing sexual curriculum has increased sexual behaviors among students, meaning policies have legalized sexual immorality. The students with national identification cards and student uniform depends on policies or behavioral values. Girls might prefer tight uniform, miniskirts, transparent shorts or trousers, creating attire as sexual catalyst. Male teachers are always loved by schoolgirls, so sexual sapient. Sexual sapient is sexual attraction to intelligent persons as philosophers or scholars, pundits or experts, prophets or diviners, wizards or scientists. Romance or conception from great persons has been perceived to revive hope. Women loved influential men. Women were attracted to King Solomon for his wisdom. Christ Jesus was followed by more women compared to men. They expected divine conception from his magical powers, but he didn't perform a single conception miracle, yet he reincarnated from immaculate conception. Sexual sapiens have aroused sexual transmitted marks in learning institutions and favors from institutes. Idleness does not cause teenage pregnancy because occupied or busy teenagers from education or from workloads are victims too. Engaged throughout attracts tardiness or boredom. A person might need a new environment for refreshments or a new challenge, and so might be a turning point for chats or mingling. Socialization is not idleness, singlehood is not idleness, loneliness is not idleness. Idle mind is always considered devil's workshop, but no deity has equated procreation to evil. No scientist has equated reproduction to evil. Birds of same feathers flocks together. Show us your friends and we will identify your behaviors. Peer pressure comes from peer groups or social classes. Common communal creates fleeting. Peer groups provides platform for debates, experiments, behavioral impersonations, behavioral imitations, and from behavioral trials someone goes astray. Peer groups have incited crime, substance usage, and romance. A man might fail to seduce a woman from shyness and socialization or distance. He might need reinforcement from brokers to win her from hookups, proving there are persons earning from hookups. Hookups is prostitution as multiple sex. Brokers have orchestrated sexual coup, meaning there are doubtful conception among couples. Brokers are philanderers. Brokers have promoted sexual immorality and complex pregnancies. Substances as drugs or herbs are always linked to conception because they are sexual stimulus. There are several sexual pills as Viagra, blue pills such as Enzoes, Peligri, or Target bullets have ability to arouse sexual feelings when taken. Such drugs have been used to boost libido at the end. Except sexual feelings have caused sexual harassment, pregnancies, bestiality, or death. Sleeping pills may diffuse as perfumes or consumed to create unconsciousness to achieve sexual satisfaction without victim's will. Herbs such as paraphernalia, charms, and amulets are perceived to have magical ability to attract romance. Such romantic substances have been used to win love, sex, marriage, and conception, meaning seduction is achieved from substances gotten from magicians or healers, and not always dialogues. Ask yourself, who are love doctors? Between men and women who are attracted to magicians, Love doctors exists to provide magical backup to sexual satisfaction without will. Apart from natural feelings to romance, substance can create artificial feelings to romance, proving that conception without will are not forceful. Alcohol, cat, and hard drugs as cocaine, heroin, mad drugs, and opium can create sexual feelings or abnormality from which sexual harassment might occur. Some might undress or wee before publics, and so sexual feelings from drunkenness have forced some of you to have sex before publics. Substance usage and romance are inseparable. Drunkard husbands might create a loophole for their wives to practice extramarital affairs with teenagers. The husbands may not perform, meaning marriage does not guarantee sex. Don't be shocked to get married and miss sex. Sex can be achieved without marriage. Drunkard women are vulnerable to sexual behaviors or sexual exploitations compared to men. Such women have been victimized by sexual predators, proving there are conception from unconsciousness created from drunkenness or substance. A comparison to impregnated females occupied with madness. Ask yourself, how do they conceive? From insane men or sober men? Insanism is man-made. It can be created, it can be reversed. Girls from homes where local brew is fermented or sold have been connected to sexual behaviors, early marriages, and early conception. Most women who ferment local brew or sold local brew are single mothers. Most of their children have different fathers. Prostitution might be inherited from grandmothers to mothers and eventually to daughters. Their ancestries rested ethical community or religions connected to unique cuisines, witchcraft, alcoholism, divorces, single motherhood, and sexual activeness. Females who are hawkers, drivers, stagetors, or garage workers might not avoid seductions, sex, conception, and drug usage. Certain careers are not fit for females. Female marketers understand seduction tricks than some men. Teenage pregnancy is about behavioral values rather than perceived factors. Strong values from role models, strong family values, or interpersonal values have powers to reduce sexual behaviors among teens. Positive attitude towards parental relations has the ability to create superior values among girls and might postpone sexual behaviors from onset. Remember, men fear females with high esteem, and low esteemed females are inferior and cheap to pursue. Men have always initiated seductions from orders of creation, so they are privileged to select females they love irrespective of backgrounds. However, modernity has reversed ancient narrative by allowing females to seduce males. Who doesn't know seducing a man is prostitution? Thanks for attention. A Marvelous Circuit is here and Model of Teenage Pregnancy, a book available on Amazon. Just Google the name A Marvelous Circuit and there you go.